Welcome to DWI Steelers segment. Without further ado, fellas, let's get into it.
Let's go.
Yeah. That's Dude, that's Wax, I'm Illy, this makes DWI. Fellas, we're knocking at the door.
Yes, sir.
I am hungry, please let us in. We are hungry, please let us in. Ain't that how Pac said? And then he said after a while, after we get done pounding on the door, I'm picking the lock, coming through the door, blasting. I need this damn game, dude.
Yeah, man.
We play, well, shit. It's to be determined as far as I guess what they saying, because it was supposed to be today. That's why we got our shit on. I see you rocking the definitely rocking the retro.
You already know.
You know, Harris, I got the Harris back on because I'm ready for a big game from this cat. How do you guys feel about what the hell's going on? I was gonna get to that, Wax, because this motherfucker right here needs to get his motherfucking just dues for being a young cat. This young man right here, young Pickett, damn. This young motherfucker right here, young Pickens, he's definitely making his way for being a young person in the NFL. For one, we went from seeing him being pissed the fuck off, pouting on the field, to being a team player blocking his ass off. So I came to address this shit last, Wax, because this motherfucker can definitely show and prove who he is.
Right.
So Mr. Pickens, time to show who you are out there in this NFL, man. The game is to be won. It's to be played at a high octane level, but it's to be won in a triumphant event.
Right. This is where legends are made. Right?
Fucking right, dude.
The playoffs. This is where the bread is buttered.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, so shout out to them. Like, I got a good feeling about this game, to be completely honest.
Me
like,
too.
You know what I mean? I felt better about it in the snow, but I still feel good about it because for the simple reason that I felt better about it kind of in the snow. But I understand why they changed the game because it's crazy and they don't want anybody to get hurt on the way to the game.
Right.
But I felt better about it then, but I still feel good about it. Like I still feel because Allen, he gives the ball a pretty good amount. He got like 18 interceptions this year, like 5 fumbles. So he gives the ball up. The fact that TJ's not there is going to hurt, but different to prior years, we have actual help behind TJ this year. We got Marcus Golden, and he's a junkyard dog. That's his nickname. They call him JYD. He's a junkyard dog. He gets in there and gets dirty. And we got little baby Watt. I was saying y'all earlier, little Herbig, that little motherfucker is nice to me.
Yeah,
so,
you was calling him that shit the whole beginning of the season, man.
And they wasn't trying to hear me, but I'm trying to tell you, like that dude, when he has this little move where he can just get low. He can just get lower than people because he's not a tall dude, so he can get lower. He can get in there. So
we need pressure on Allen, man.
We do.
Yes. I said that prior in weeks, before this.
Mm-hmm. If we get pressure on him, he starts messing it up. He starts throwing picks. He starts getting happy feet, and that's what we need. We need turnover.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because we're already going into their house, so we have to come with a plan. We have to come ready to play. You know what I mean? Like you said, this is where legends are born.
Right. Do you feel like this is a one of those games that like dictate how the rest of the season's gonna go if we triumphant in this game right now?
I think like if we go in there and play big, there ain't shit stopping us.
We got a lot of non-believers. With triumph and peril, they go together. Triumph and utter peril, they're like brother and sister.
Right.
Because you got cats like us and the rest of you fans. Shout out to all you fans showing love, showing up on there. There's a young lady out there who says she's gonna wheel it. So listen, not only wheel that shit, we gonna wheel it and deal it. What I mean by that, I'm not talking about dealing something illegal. Right. I'm saying we giving it out just like we get it. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying, Wax?
I do.
When I say wheeling, we gonna wheel it. We gotta pick it up from the core, from the gut. We gotta wheel that game.
Right.
But yet, we gotta give it right back to them.
Yes, sir.
We ain't no pushovers, bro.
Not at all.
We gonna bring it back the same, exchange the energy that you receive. I'm in the type of shit to where I can see us going straight to the Super Bowl, but we got the little naysayers out there who don't believe in us. They think that we're gonna go down here to Buffalo and this sled is going to turn into a sliding board.
Yeah, they got us at 10-point underdogs. Like,
Yeah.
that's too much.
Well, that's good for the bookies, dude.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
So if you're a gambler, that's going to help you out.
it really, to me, the game depends on two people.
Okay.
It depends on Mason Rudolph, number one.
Right. You said that last week.
Yeah, and Najee Harris. I
Yeah.
think if Najee can keep them right, he been with you, Najee, the whole time. I was nervous about you.
I'm a 6-foot running back, dude.
Right.
I'm a
I'm not even
6
gonna
foot
say
running back.
nervous.
I know what our potential level is.
I was hating.
I don't even think it was hating though, because he was putting bad product out there, but he stepped his game up. So shout out to you, Najee, for stepping up. And we need you to carry this ball, and we need that O line to carry this team through this week.
Yeah.
You know what I learned? This is what I learned this season. It's a growing season. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No,
Lex,
I was disagreeing.
I do want to say this. As these guys can go ahead and definitely admit where they need to more or less correct a couple wrongs if they were saying it, I'm going to say one too. Deontay Johnson. He showed up, man.
He did.
Young man, you earning that motherfucking bag, man. I can honestly say that I'm proud of what you're doing out there. You're putting your best foot forward, and you're moving and grooving and getting to the end zone. That's your job, man. Your job is to find how to get into that end zone fastest way possible. They say that he's the best guy to get open the quickest. You know, that motherfucker's routes are impeccable.
Right.
But A, after you run that fantastic route, you got to catch the ball.
Bingo.
And B, you got to scramble.
Exactly.
So when you're doing that, you can't have one of the three. You got to have all 3. You got to catch the ball. You got to be able to get open, catch the ball, scramble, make it to the end zone.
Right.
Now, you said we were down Watt. What about Fitzpatrick, for those of y'all that don't know, I like to abbreviate a lot. But what's up with Fitzpatrick?
He's back. He's back this week.
Do you feel like we're playing him too early, dude?
Nah, we need him.
We do need him, but shit, man, the last time he came back, it was coming back off of an injury. He comes back and he gets re-injured.
Yeah.
We need him. You can't keep him down. Like let him come back. Let him do his thing. If he gets hurt, he gets hurt. You know what I mean? Like, but when you're a warrior,
You feel like he's getting hurt in combat.
yeah, right. And anybody worth their salt would gladly get hurt in the
That's
playoff game.
That's dope.
To keep the team going.
That's dope, dude.
Because I guarantee you, if Watt could play right now, even hurt, he'd be out there. But he's just too hurt.
Right. What are they saying about his injury?
I think they said they downgraded it to a grade 2.
Okay.
So,
For those of y'all that don't know at home, what are you basically saying?
couple weeks, I think.
Okay.
Couple weeks. So if we win this one, and then we'll be playing Baltimore.
You better know it.
Right. So I don't know if we'll be back for that one either. So if we get to the AFC Championship, hopefully, God willing, TJ will be back.
What about you, the AFC Championship? Because last week, you don't seem to be injured. Matter of fact, I like the Yeezys, bro. You know what I mean? Shout out to them yellow Yeezys. But you took the liberty of jumping out the fucking window. So with that being said, I'm jumping out the window again, my brother.
All right.
We're going back home to the conference, dude. I'm already seeing past this Buffalo game. I'm already seeing past it. I'm already seeing this as a win.
Right.
So I'm getting my phone ready. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I got my people. They're getting a hold of Lamar. They're getting a hold of Mr. Jackson.
Right.
If you like to scramble and gamble.
Right.
Now, what he thinks is that Watt might be out. So I'll run all over them guys because Watt being down, it secures him the feeling of he's going to be able to move and groove outside of those edges because he's not getting pressured.
He thinks that right side is going to be soft.
Wide open. He thinks it's going to be wide open. But little does this brother know, I got his number on speed dial, dude. Should I call it one more time?
Go ahead, hit him up.
All right, I'm going to do that shit. And then I'm going to let him know what's going to happen because we're getting past Buffalo. But before we do that, I need y'all at home to do me a favor. Comment, share, subscribe. I love the energy you guys are bringing at home. Even the ones that don't agree with us that feel like we're going to lose this game coming up.
Right.
Now, they said we're going to play tomorrow, but I heard that they was trying to move the game another day.
They might.
Is it Tuesday night football?
Maybe.
That's different.
That's weird.
Tuesday night football. Like, what? You can't even come up with an anthem for that.
Right. I was about to say, it gives us an extra day if they do move it. You know what I mean? It gives us like an extra day or two to rest.
Right.
But when we do win, we're going to have to play like in the next 5 days. So,
Right.
so it's kind of like a gift and a curse. But I think we can do it, man. I'm a little bit nervous going into Buffalo. You know what I mean? I'm not overlooking Buffalo at all because they've been on a nice little streak.
Right.
We have to go in there and drag our balls all through the Buffalo Mafia. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah,
So-
they've been on a 5-game winning streak, and you know because they were pretty much in the same predicament we were. They had to win out pretty much to win their division. Like I said, Allen, he gives the ball up. So man, I'm hoping we can capitalize. We got to capitalize on that. you
Yeah.
know?
We got to get back there and make him dance around, start making mistakes. You
Right.
know what I mean? And I think we can do that. I
Right.
really do. I have confidence in our squad, man. Like, honestly.
Any predictions on the boy Diggs, Stephon Diggs?
I think JPJ gonna shut him down a little bit.
Actually, it's JPJR, Uli. So get it right.
JP Jr.
Yes, sir, man.
I think Low Peasy gonna shut him down
Yeah.
straight up. I think I think he's gonna keep him probably to maybe 40 yards.
Right.
6, maybe 5 catches, 40 yards.
No touchdowns.
No touchdowns.
Yeah.
Damn.
Because they're down one of their number 2 receiver, Davis. He's out this week, so
Well, if we keep stretching the game out and like
I
keep
know.
making excuses for why we can't play,
Right.
he'll be up and good again. Like, oh shit, all better.
right.
You dig what I'm saying? So like,
Do you think the NFL got something against us, or you think they changed it for us,
it's not the NFL. I feel like it's the city of Buffalo.
or the state of New York? Because the governor is the one that said,
Well, yeah, I mean the governor makes all the calls, but you don't think it's going to be in the favor of their damn team?
right, yeah,
Yeah.
You know,
it's her state.
so she's more or less thinking about it. Let's have a game on Friday.
But on the flip side of that, the more time we get, the more rest Minka gets
Right.
to come back a little bit more healthier than he would be. So
I'm okay with that.
and we got KZ coming back too. So that's what's up. Even though shout out Mike Rowe. Mike Rowe played he's been playing a hell of a game these last couple weeks. And shout out to Pat P for stepping into that safety role and doing a pretty damn good job.
For never playing safety before in his NFL
Right.
career. He
Right.
might have did it in high school and
I
college.
think that's what he said, but
What?
NFL's a whole different ball.
Whole different ball game.
So shout out to them for stepping up. We needed that.
I like to send a shout out to my boy Pat Fryermuth, man. I know the cat, man. Dope ass motherfucking tight end, man. He's been he since he came back from the groin injury, he's been playing his role, man.
He has.
Now, how do you guys feel about? There was something said on the. I want to repeat something that was said from one of our viewers. He said that if we was to get this victory against Buffalo, are we going to get a number 2 jersey up there?
I still gotta see more out of Mason. Like,
Yeah.
it's a big investment.
Right.
Because plus, I don't know if he's gonna be here after this season because he's a free agent. So
You know what happens when he starts to get them offers, them phone calls. That
Right.
phone starts ringing again.
right, and every win he makes is a couple more $1 million that's gonna be on our books.
How you feeling, Wax?
Shit, I'm not gonna waste money buying this jersey.
Yeah.
I give him all the credit he deserves, though. You know what I mean? He's been with us for a couple of years, and he's just now starting to break out of that shell of not being so great. You
Right.
know what I mean? So I'm gonna give him his credit. I mean, you have to continue to ball out, though.
Right.
Like, if you play and you shit the bed, then it is what it is.
Right.
And I'm not giving you no credit.
I want to ask you this directly, Wax. If Mason gets us to the Super Bowl, then what?
Then give him all the credit in the
Does
world.
he get a
Like,
jersey up on the fucking Raptors?
mean,
Because
if
that's for special motherfuckers.
if you want to buy his jersey,
No.
by all means.
Listen, this DWI, we contribute equally.
I'm just saying, like he's doing all right. He's doing good right
I'm
now.
asking you a man-to-man question.
Right.
If he gets us to that Super Bowl, are you contributing and putting his jersey up on that
No.
fucking...
No,
What about you, dude?
Yeah, I'd chip in on it.
Okay.
I'd chip in on it.
because he said get us to the Super Bowl. He didn't say win it.
I can't
He
say
didn't
win
say
it, Wax. I can't say
And,
win it.
I mean, like,
Is
he
that what it's
hasn't-
going to take?
It's gonna take that.
So if that motherfucker, I don't want to say this, and then Kenny not like, because Kenny still in the back of his mind, he's waiting on this man to screw up. Kenny's back. Every day that goes through, dude, he's getting stronger.
Right.
That Kanye song, "Stronger." That shit should be like Kenny Pickett's Like Anthem, every time he opens his eyes, like he should be thinking that shit because he wants his spot back.
Right.
I left for 15 minutes, and you mean to tell me you moved into my house, you married my wife, and now you want me in your wedding? Remember Ricky Bobby?
Right.
When that motherfucker went to the doctor's office, came home, and Cal Norton had his picture posted up on the shit?
Right.
That's what it feels like, I'm sure. All I did as Kenny Pickett was got hurt.
Right.
Went to get surgery, went to rehab to a facility. I come back, and now that Ferrari that I've been driving the whole season belongs to the other guy.
But he's been driving a Ferrari around through potholes the whole damn year. So, like, my thing is let's say we win this one, right?
Okay.
And let's say we lose. I don't want to say it, but like, let's say we lose to Baltimore.
Watch your tongue, dude.
What do you do? Do you keep? Do you pay? Because we're getting rid of Mitch regardless. Mitch is gone. What do you do next year with Kenny Pickett and Mason Rudolph? Do you try to keep Mason Rudolph and start him, or do you just bring him in and have an actual quarterback competition, or do you just go with Kenny Pickett?
Are you asking me?
I'm asking both of y'all.
You want to go first? Because I got
first.
the perfect solution, but go ahead, Wax.
I think even though he's doing great right now, you bench him because your future quarterback, you don't want to fuck with his
Development.
Exactly. If you play Mason and he doesn't do a good job and then you put Kenny back in there, you're gonna have to get his confidence back up.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And
that's the only thing I'm worried about is his confidence going on after, all is said and done. Truth be told, I'm probably gonna get rid of Mason.
Fuck.
And keep Kenny and try to build with him.
But we're down to two quarterbacks if we get rid of Mitch.
But
So what do we do?
have to get rid of Mitch.
Do we draft another quarterback and let him start up from the ground up?
We need somebody.
Do you know how hard that shit is, Wax?
But we still need somebody.
I get it.
And the fact that Mason has been here for years and he lost his position a couple different times, that says a lot to me.
It does, but he's in a position to regain the respect, Wax.
See, for me, I would probably, I'd try to keep Mason, and then I make an actual quarterback competition. Because I don't care where you're drafted. If you come out there and don't look good, you can sit the bench. I don't give a damn what position you was drafted.
I'm glad you're saying
as
it.
long as I want to put out there who's deserves to be out there. So if Mason we got to be honest. These last 3 weeks have looked better than the last 2.5 years.
Right.
So with Mason, I would try that out, but I wouldn't throw him the keys. I wouldn't just say, "Here, it's your team." Because you got Kenny, and you spent a lot of draft capital on him. So I would make it a competition, but a real competition, not them fake shit that they did this year.
Let me throw a zinger to you. Would you do it competition-wise as far as a weekly thing? Make them who's performing better that week?
No. I mean, whoever wins it at the end of camp is their job to lose. But if you stink it up, you got to go.
But how many games do you give them? My bad, Wax.
No,
I know
that's
you're
all right.
waiting.
That's all right.
How many games do you give them to stink it up? Because this year,
Couple.
Y'all both said it. We waited too long just because of our loyalty to whoever's in there.
Right.
With the coordinator, with a lot of the decisions that the receivers were making.
Right.
You guys said it yourselves. We're too loyal to a default.
Right. And
so how many games do you give him? And Wax, I'll ask you the same thing. So
I would probably give him 3 or 4.
Okay, Wax.
I don't are you guys forgetting how long has he been here? He's been here for years.
Who, Mason?
Yeah.
I'd probably say 7.
He's been on 5.
5 years, 6 years.
I was thinking 5, but he said he was here since 2018.
That's
But
5 years.
are you
That's
guys
6.
are you guys
Either way.
forgetting all the bullshit that he hasn't produced for a bunch of years?
I mean, he hadn't had a chance to produce. He had that 1 year where he got knocked out twice, and
I remember
and
that
he played kind of bad, and then Duck came in and took his job. But
I'm just saying,
since then he hasn't
he's
had a
been
chance.
there the longest out of the quarterbacks,
Right.
and he has been our third string quarterback for at least a year.
So what's
You know
that
what I mean?
say about the coaching that he's come out there and played this good right now? Why? Why wasn't he over Mitch? We all know Mitch was trash. Why wasn't he over Mitch?
That's a good question, but I mean, I guess it's because he didn't produce when he did have a shot.
But he was.
I mean, like,
and if you go back to my bad, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No.
But if you go back to the preseason, he looked good in the preseason. So it's not like, and then I heard like from I pay attention to all this Steelers shit all through camp and all. They said he was the best looking quarterback in camp.
Yeah, I mean as a team we look good, but
he was the best looking. He was the best looking one in camp out of the three. So it goes back to that loyalty thing where it's like, I don't know, for some reason they just didn't want to give him a chance, which is crazy to me. Like I could see not giving him a chance over Kenny because he's your young bull that you want to take to the future. But Mitch, like, come on, bro, we all know Mitch is trash. So why wasn't he over Mitch?
That's the good question, and that's what I don't understand. Like, if he was second string and then got dropped to third string, what happened for them to drop him to third string? He's been here the longest. He knows the plays.
Right.
He knows who he's supposed to hit off in these different routes, but yet he's third string.
Right.
Why?
One thing I know, Kelvin,
we'll probably never know.
We won't, but one thing I can guarantee this: we live in a show and prove state. Show what the fuck you got and prove that you can do it.
Right.
So with that being said, if he hadn't been doing any of that, as a coach, thinking from a coach's perspective, I'm playing a best 11.
Right.
Period. So if Mitch, in my mind, was the best option, which I don't see how that shit was possible, but they gave him the reins in front of Mason.
Because of the money, because
they spent that money on him.
It came back to the money.
I gotta worry about my investment.
From what I've seen, this last couple three, I haven't seen the offense look this good. I haven't seen the offense look that engaged.
Right.
Because even we were winning, but it was like the defense was holding us down pretty much.
Correct.
So I see people with smiles on their faces. I see people celebrating,
getting
and laughing.
up.
Yeah, laughing and having a good ass time. That shit means something.
It's the energy.
Right.
It's that shit. Go ahead, Wax.
No, I was going to say, it also could be that we switched offensive coordinators, but I mean, I'm not going to take it and
I feel what you're saying.
Put
because
put
Kenny,
all the thing on that.
Because Kenny didn't really get a chance to play under the new coordinators. He had that one game against Cincinnati.
He didn't get no taste of it.
Right. He had the one game against Cincinnati, and he looked pretty good. He looked like he was, looking a little better, and then he got hurt.
Yeah.
Well, unbeknownst to y'all too, because I haven't talked to you guys in a couple of days, but I seen Matt Canada. He was at Aldi's. He was picking up some produce, and he looked at me, and it was the wildest look because, like, I think he's getting ready to go down and there's that school up at the mall. No, seriously, they're called the Hilltop Bullfrogs, and he's getting ready to coach there. And the look that this man gave me, and I was like, I was pushing my buggy, and I tried to say to him quietly, it was Duvin Wax, but like he wasn't trying to hear that shit.
The best move they ever made.
Yeah.
That dude.
Are you happy? If you had champagne here, would you be popping champagne?
No, because I'm mad they didn't do it sooner.
Right.
Bingo.
Yeah. And you both felt that way. Man, I was giving you a chance, my brother, but yeah.
Not me. He stunk. And I'm glad that he's gone.
It was an Aldi's in Fondale.
I was about to say, and whatever high school team he goes to coach, they're gonna stink. So be prepared for that.
He's not coaching a high school.
Wherever he goes.
He's getting a group of old retired mechanics, and he's put together like a county team. It's going to be called Leopold County Bullfrogs.
Well, they're going to go 0-10.
Right, they're going to
first 10 games, win one, and lose the rest.
You know what their motto is?
What?
We're gonna end around you to death. Like that's what their motto is. That they're gonna run the end around all game.
It was terrible.
He stinks.
Matt, we tried to save you by saying change that shit up, but he refused to listen. Like it's gonna work.
But they're going to be in a predicament after this season because, like I said, Mitch has got to be gone. So if you don't keep, let's say you don't keep Mason, all you got is Kenny here now. What do you got behind him? What are you going to do with that? You got to bring somebody else in.
How much are you paying Mason? I mean, bottom line, what are you going to give him?
I'll probably give
5 a year.
7 or 8. Quarterbacks get a lot. Mitch got 10. Shit.
Yeah. He deserves more than Mitch, but he doesn't deserve 10.
What
if
about-
that makes sense?
What about that R&R trade? Because I keep hearing that shit.
What?
I keep hearing that Russell wants to
Russell.
cut. Like Russell's looking like okay. Let me see. Okay.
Shit. If anything, go after motherfucking Chicago Bears quarterback.
Who Fields?
Justin
Yeah.
Fields.
That
I'll take him
did
over
that. We
Russell.
did that before.
Hey, that's
He did
not.
that
I
before.
mean, like just to back up Kenny, that's not bad. A
It
bad
ain't.
pick.
Shit, I wouldn't mind if he came and started over
Yeah, I
Kenny.
mean-
I'm not a Kenny fan. Like I'm not a Kenny fanatic. Like he hasn't shown me shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Truthfully, like if this motherfucker can barely get a touchdown. Yeah, I mean he's injury prone. He rolls into sacks like it's just the thing to do. He doesn't put his feet down and stand in the pocket. That's the difference between him and Mason Rudolph. Mason Rudolph stays in the pocket.
And
Right.
will sling that.
And will
bitch.
sling it, but
Yeah.
Kenny always wants to roll out and make the offensive line looks terrible, but it really be Kenny most of the time.
Because he's thinking this is what I did at Pitt.
Right.
But this is only his second year. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Right.
Like, if
I
he's
am
still
too.
doing
I
this shit
can't
till
do it.
like next year, then it is what it is.
I
But-
can't give you when it comes to quarterback, I can't give you the benefit of the doubt. You're gonna look good at some point. If you're look at CJ Stroud, that motherfucker is the shit.
Don't bring his name up
It's
in
different.
this studio. Don't
CJ
bring his
Stroud
name
is a
up.
dog. When do you see like if you're gonna be the man, you're gonna be the man.
I get it. Don't mention his name in this house. I told you. He beat us as a Steeler, and he gave us a little bit of problems in college. Because you know he played for my arch nemesis.
Bo State.
I'd rather Penn State win. I'd rather Michigan State win. So shout out to my little cousins and my Aunt Gail that loves Michigan State. But man, I'm not messing with them boys, man. I'm not messing with them, man. I'm not messing with Houston right now. I'm not even trying to see them right now, dude.
No, they look good. They look tough.
They just blew them the fuck out, though. They
Right.
just blew. Who was it? Cleveland.
Oh,
They blew them
take that
out.
V out of there. That shit don't belong.
Cleveland, they blew them out. I mean, Flacco threw 2 pick sixes in a row. So
But
Yeah.
let me ask you this, and I want to ask you first because I know you got some shit to say. Wax, do you want to depend? Do you want your season to depend on Joe Flacco?
No, hell no.
Do you
Hell
feel
no.
now he did get him one?
I mean,
With
he got him
Baltimore.
one, but how many years ago was that?
right.
203.
They needed a quarterback. He was sitting on the couch watching football and shit. His phone rings. He's like, "Fuck yeah, I'll play."
Who answered the phone at his house?
His wife.
She was like, Joseph.
Joey. That motherfucker ran to the phone like, "Hello? Yeah, this him."
They hung up first. They hung up first, and they was like, shit.
Everybody was all
Hello?
happy to get him.
You
and
feel like
shit.
coming back? They asked him like inadvertently, like, you feel like coming back? You can say no.
It's like, no, I'll be there. I'll be there on Monday.
How about
To his credit, I say to his credit, he did play good the last couple of weeks, but
Yeah.
okay?
he played. You know, he got him to the playoffs. They didn't lose a step.
He's an NFL quarterback, dude. He's supposed to do at least that.
Well, Mitch ain't do that. So you know what I mean, like
We already discussed Mitch's
you
future,
can have
didn't we?
NFL quarterbacks come in all shapes and sizes, trash and
Right.
good. So if you can get in there and play decent, like I got to give him some credit for it. But he's still Joe Flacco, so
But
he's
we-
still damn near 40 years old. You wasn't gonna do nothing with that guy.
We already discussed Mitch's future. And I just found out because I got family down at the chain of Save-A-Lots. It's out of Virginia. And they said that we wouldn't hire that motherfucker if he was the last quarterback that left the NFL and then came to be a regular civilian. So, I mean, I don't know what that says to him, but
Right.
yeah, he can't even work at Save-A-Lot after this. So
Mitch is done.
Mitch stinks.
the Save-A-Lot people apparently are DWI fans. So shout out to Save-A-Lot for tuning in. But yeah, they said that they wouldn't hire that motherfucker if he's the last man on earth.
Right.
I don't blame him because he stinks.
Say it like motherfucker.
He stinks.
That shit lets me know, Wax, you can't stand a
Nah,
motherfucker.
I really can't stand him. I'm mad that we kept him this year. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But we needed somebody, but he was stinking it up.
Curveball. And y'all both can answer this if you feel like it because I keep bringing it up, but I can't help it, man, because he got to get in there somewhere. Do you take Russell Wilson over Mitch?
Yeah.
Do you trade that? It's straight up trade. But like you said,
Taking that
dude,
trade.
like you
Nobody.
said,
Nobody.
you gotta take that
trade.
fucking money that they promised him, like
No.
with Denver.
I wouldn't do the trade because like he's making like 30, well, damn near 40 million a year. So I wouldn't take the trade now. If they cut him and we can just cut Mitch and get Russell instead. I mean, it is what it is. I wouldn't be ecstatic about it, but eye for an eye, like Mitch is terrible.
I mean, truth be told, I'd take Cam Newton over fucking Mitch.
So Cam would have to get out of that motherfucking Captain Crunch outfit. Cam would have to get out of that motherfucking General Napoleon outfit. Like take that little triangle hat off that Napoleon used to wear, like snatch that motherfucker off.
Right.
Listen, shout out to Cam Newton for being 6'5" and just having his own podcast and being dope. Now he didn't get no damn ring. But he's Cam Newton.
He got there.
He did get there.
He had a hell of a year that year too.
But
He's MVP, I think.
that motherfucker is gonna be dressed like motherfucking either Captain Crunch, Prince, like a 6'5" Prince, or that motherfucker off of what's that game that he used to pop through the floor? Liu Kang was on that motherfucker.
Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat. Like Lao King or Lao
Kung Lao.
Kung Lao. Like that motherfucker dresses like Kung Lao. Like no bullshit. But like you said, you take him even dressed like he does.
I would too.
Yeah, I would too.
There's hundreds of quarterbacks I'd take over Mitch.
Would you bring
Hundreds.
back? Would you bring back Bubby Bristner?
I would. Bristner, Malone, all of those dudes.
Mark Malone.
Cordell.
Would you start an 80-year-old Terry Bradshaw? But listen, fellas. I mean, we can poke fun at that shit all we want to, man. But bottom line is, go motherfucking Steelers.
Yes, sir.
What are y'all doing as far as prediction wise, dude? What are you thinking as far as the score is going to be?
I'm saying probably like 20. I think I said 24-17. So I'll stick to that. What you think? What y'all think?
Wax?
24-17 us in Buffalo.
Right.
And I think like it's gonna be like we're gonna get cheated a little bit.
Oh, a lot of it.
I think that too because they want Allen versus Mahomes.
Right.
That's the one that they want. So we're gonna have to beat the refs too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's gonna have to be a real ass whooping.
Right.
And I think we can pull it off, man. I'm a little bit nervous though. I'm not gonna front like I'm all confident, like we got this game. I'm a little bit nervous, but I think we can do this, man.
Right.
I really do.
I do
think
too.
we can pull this shit off and piss everybody in Buffalo off. Truthfully.
Right. What you think, Emmy?
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fucking bounce out that window like my last name is Tigger.
Good.
We getting ready to beat the fuck out of them. 20-7. Holla at your Guala and Guadalajara, man. 20-7. It's all about defense, bruh. Because if you can't score and I can, you ain't winning. It's about shutting out the opposition.
Facts.
I'm not letting them motherfuckers score but one time, and it's because I allowed you to do it because I want to get out of here in peace.
Because it was the fourth quarter.
You damn right.
We got our second string.
Everybody's exhausted. It's 21-0 going into the fourth quarter. You got your fours up. Everybody's up there standing with their fours up, and we're looking at you like we want to fucking kick you in the face. Because that's what Pittsburgh football does. We take care of the composition and the opposition.
Come to their trap, take over their trap. You know that's the theme song.
That's what he said last week.
Come to the trap, take over their trap.
So that means that if I get down there, dude, okay, in Buffalo, where they got the mayor, the governor, the sheriff, and the deputy involved, let's move this game to Monday. No, let's hold it in the air and move it to Tuesday or Wednesday. I don't give a fuck if this motherfucker, like Frank White said, I don't care if the nickel bag is sold in the park after 10, I'm one in. That means if you make $5, I need $2.50 of it. So what I'm saying to y'all at home is I don't give a fuck when this game is played. They could play that bitch Wednesday morning at 12:32. And I'd see that shit and be talking the same shit. It don't matter. We gonna show the fuck up, dude.
Got to.
It ain't about being prime time. Oh, well, I need my fans to watch. I don't care if we're in the back of Belgium playing this fucking game.
Right.
Somebody gonna have an iPhone with that bitch like this here, like we do at the fucking high school games. Somebody gonna be televising that ass whooping.
Let's go.
And I know y'all both know why.
Because you're willing.
And you're dealing.
Fucking right. I'm wheeling and or dealing this shit. I'm saying 20-7.
Right.
And we beat that ass, Wax.
All
Dude.
right.
So y'all at home, get that shit together. Muster that feeling of, I need to go ahead and make sure that we take this game and get past all the naysayers, the non-believers, the whole city of Buffalo. Like, they do that shit on purpose. They don't want to be attached to the main city of New York. They love their shit to be gritty. Shout out to Griselda for being a dope ass, group of MCs out there. But that's as far as I'm going to give them.
Right.
They're going to be pissed off.
Oh, they definitely going to be mad.
They're going to be mad.
Yeah, they're going to be pissed, Wax. Because
The Steelers beat us. Boop, 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 boop.
man, do that shit, man.
The Steelers beat us again.
See, that's that shit. Pow, pow. What about the baby Pampers?
The baby Pampers with the Steelers and the baby Pampers.
Eat that shit, man. That nigga melts that shit.
I'm about to say, Tomlin, you got a lot riding on this, brother.
Yes,
Oh,
you do.
yeah.
You had these boys ready to play because, like, I know the Steeler fans want this victory. We need this victory.
Right.
We need this. You need this.
Yeah,
Let's
we
go.
all need it. Let
Let's
me
go.
ask you this. What happens when you win, Wax, and you're the coach? You're hoisted up on everybody's shoulders, and you're thrown up to be the champion.
Right.
Oh, he's a jolly good fella. Oh, he's a jolly good fella, etc., etc. But you flip that same coin and you lose. What happens then?
They turn on you and they want you to fuck out of here.
So it'd be pretty interesting to see what happens these next couple of weeks, because I'm pretty sure the city of Pittsburgh, not to mention the fans and everybody else, will have their opinion. So when in the event of whatever happens, even though I'm wheeling that shit, we'll be ready.
Right.
We'll be ready. So with that being said, I'm calling that bitch 20-7. Us. And we gonna beat that ass. And we gonna pack up our shit. And we coming on back down here.
And then we headed to Baltimore.
And my
We
phone's
own
right here.
them bitches.
Yeah, my phone's right here.
We own them. I'm not trying to look past this game first. Let's
you.
take care of this game, and then we worry about them bitches in Baltimore.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
What about defensively? Anything to be said other than as a defensive cluster? Let's go get this motherfucking win.
We need to make Josh Allen throw a couple picks.
We calling on everybody.
Fumbling,
Right.
all of that shit. We need turnovers. And also we need our line to block. We need people to catch the ball and score. We need fucking Pickens to do his goddamn thing. We need Harris to tote the rock like he did against Baltimore.
We need Jalen Warren to get that motherfucker in the end zone as
Let's
well.
go.
Right.
We need y'all.
We ain't forgetting to mention nobody out here, man. Yes, we do make a big deal out of it when you're not playing your game, but when you are on top of your shit, we need y'all to show the hell up and show out. My man number 19, what's his name, Austin?
Yeah.
I need him to show up. My man number 18, Johnson. My man number 14, Pickens. My man number 8. My man number 2. My man number 22. My man number 97, Cam. I need him up front, being a fucking general.
And we need Percy Harvin. We need you to kick the ball right because it's going to be a field position battle.
Right.
So we need to win that battle. So we need you to kick it right. And I know none of these little line drives and all of these 20-yard punts. Like, nah, we need you to kick that shit.
We got a saying in the industry that I'm in is that if it snows outside, the weather's on our side. Why would you think that? Because you can't do yard work. All you got to do is either stay in the house, get cabin fever, or come outside and get ready to buy some shit and get ready to take over the world.
Right.
I'm trying to do it like Pinky and the Brain said. Well, what are you doing, Brain? Pinky, I'm just sitting here thinking of ways to take over the world. So I'm applying that shit to the NFL and to our Steelers. I want to take over the NFL and let y'all say, this is the stairway to 7. We will see y'all at the top. Holla at your gualas. Wax, stairway to 7. Dude, stairway to 7. Peace.
Peace.